Yeah, it's okay now. Hello.
Sorry, I was muted. I was saying, I think we were in slide 25. We had already finished reading this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we can continue from here. Someone to read for us?
Let me help in that one. Let me read.
Okay, thanks.
So, practical plan. Our final goal is to implement our plan in the database. We have a plan to improve the water access in Maji Ndogo. So we need to think it through. And as our final task, create a table where our teams have the information they need to fix, upgrade, and repair water sources. They will need the addresses of the places they should visit, the street address, town, province, the type of water source they should improve, and what should be done to improve it. We should also make space for them in the database to update us on their progress. We need to know if the repair is complete and that it was completed, and give them space to upgrade the sources Let's call this table project_progress. This query creates the project progress table.
So I think we are supposed to create the project progress table, and I think this is the same, but this has comments or explanations. So I'll just take this and try and run it. Yeah, so the table has been created. We have a look at it. It has the project ID, source ID, address, town, the province, source type, improvements, source status, date of completion, and comments. So we've created the table, but it does not have the contents. So we can continue. From here. The person who was reading, or anyone else to read?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize. So run this query, and then we are going to build the query, we need to add the data in there. At a high level, the improvements are as follows. The river drill wells, if the well is contaminated with chemicals, install the RO filter. Wells, if the well is contaminated with biological contaminants, install the UV and RO filters. Shared tabs, if the queue is longer than 30 minutes, that is 30 minutes and above, install an X tabs nearby, where X is the number of tabs, where X number of tabs is calculated using X equals the flow of the time in queue out of 30. Then tap in home broken, diagnose local infrastructure. Can you see that for wells and shared tabs we have some if logical? So we should be thinking these functions. Let's take the various improvements one by one, then combine them into one query at the end. To make this simpler, we can start with this query.
So you can continue so that you may understand this query and what exactly it's trying to retrieve. The person who was reading,
It joins the location, visits, and well pollution tables to the water source table. Since well pollution only has data for wells, we have to join those records to the water source table with a left join, and we use visits to link the various IDs together. First being first, let's filter the data to only contain sources we want to improve by with visit count equal. Sorry, I lost my internet.
Yeah, you're breaking.
Yeah, sorry. So any of the following rows can be included. A, where shared tabs have equal times over 30 minutes, have queue times over 30 minutes. Only wells that are contaminated are allowed. So we exclude wells that are clean. Include any river and tap in home broken sources. So,
Can you try and explain this?
hello.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Are you able to explain the flowchart?
Okay, I'm not seeing it unless I open from my side.
You can't see it.
Yeah, it's not that clear.
So, okay, I think maybe I can explain. So basically, this flowchart is trying to break what has been explained here, and what we should think about when we start the query. So we are supposed to include rows where visit count is equal to 1. So if this is true, then we check if the well pollution is not equal to clean. Then we get the result set. And then we go ahead and check if the source is river or tap broken. So if yes, it will give a result. And then we also check if the source is equal to shared taps. And if yes, we also check the queue time if it's greater than or equal to 30 minutes. So if it's greater than or equal to 30 minutes is when it will give us the results. So this is the where clause that we should keep in mind when we are querying. And then for the case is when well pollution is equal to chemical. So if it's equal to, it has chemicals, then the improvements will be to install RO filter. I don't remember what RO stands for, but if it has chemicals, then we know that the improvements column should have the install RO instructions. Then if the well pollution is biocontaminated, then we'll install the UV and also the RO filter. Then for the river, if the source is equal to river, then it means that we'll need to drill the well in those locations. And then if the source is shared taps, then the improvements will be to install a certain number of taps in that particular region. I think depending on the queue time. Then if the source is tap broken, then the improvements would be to diagnose infrastructure. Otherwise, if it's not all of this, then it returns a null. So I don't know if everyone has understood this bit. Okay. So you can continue.
Not that I split up the logic into the where and the case clauses. While this makes the logic more complex to follow, my thinking is to remove all of the data we don't need first, like records with visit count greater than 1, and then do calculations. So let's start with the where section. Okay, fill the blanks in the where filter and add it to the project progress query. So we should, okay, ideally once you run the query or the command lines, we should get 25,398 rows of data.
Okay, so the query that we had is this one. So we are basically adding on to this one, right?
Yes.
So maybe I just pick.
We need to fill it first.
Yeah, let me just take it here, then we fill it from here. So anyone to take us through this?
Can we go back to the slides, please?
So under the well pollution table, where are we getting the options of whether it's clean or contaminated? What's the column? Because the first one looks like it says, and one of the following all options must be true as well. So the first one they have given is not clean. So that is clearly under well pollution. So maybe we need to go and identify whether it's the results column. So maybe we say not equal to clean or something like that.
So I go back to,
or the well pollution table. You can just show us what it has. Yes, just run that. So it's under results, yes. So we need, I think, according to the, what is it called? The flow diagram. There was somewhere it was telling us that we start with visit count equals to 1, which we have indicated. Then the first thing is, if well pollution is equals to clean, then that means that is not part of our, it shouldn't be equal to clean. So if it's a no, then that we are able to go to our result set. So that means we have to first eliminate anything that is clean.
Yeah.
So maybe we can say our result is not equal to.
So this is results.
Yeah. So we need to call it well pollution dot results, or what are we calling that table? Well pollution, right?
This
whole we have not aliased it.
No, we are not aliasing it, but the table itself is called project
well pollution. No. We are picking the column from. Oh, we are picking from the project, so it doesn't. Then okay, sour. That's okay.
Oh, you're talking about.
I've remembered we have already combined all of this into a view, so it's fine. Okay, sour. No problem.
So up to here, I think it's clear. Then now, or. So here we need to fill up, we need to write something.
So we can go back to the flow diagram, I think.
We are done with this, so we are talking about the source.
Yes. So I think there or source. Then in with which options do we have for the source? We have two. We have river or tap in home broken.
Yeah. So this is type of water source. Type of water source.
Going on, guys. I'm
Yeah.
extremely frustrated, so I'm just kind of like
Tap.
on these guys right now
Mhm.
because I'm connected to their computer.
And the other one
And
is
then the other one is river.
So these guys are just zipping the
or. So this is
The final one is for the shared tab. So source is shared tab and the queue time. So again, type of water source equals shared tab. And
queue time.
but it says queue time is greater than or equal to 30 minutes.
Queue time is where?
Queue time is under visits, I think. Time in queue.
Is greater than or equal to 30.
I have a question. The table we are using currently, this progress table, only has this rows: address, town name, province, source ID, type of water source, and results, right?
Let me just.
So,
These are the columns it should have.
okay, you see, we are creating it right now. So I think we still need to refer to where we are getting this. Like, we need to name them according to where we are getting them. That's what I think. Like, if you are talking about time in queue, then it's visit, time in queue. If it's type of water source, then we say which table we are getting that from. My thinking, because I think if we run this, we might not get results because still our table is empty, or
We are getting it. We are getting it. We've already combined these tables that we are getting the information from. So I think what we are
Yes.
trying to do here is to get the relevant information that will go into this table now.
That then means we need to say where we are getting this information from. So we say, like, where are we getting the type of water source? Where are we getting time in queue?
Or
Because
just
I'm
the way
wondering,
we've
try
done.
running that, like the way we have done over where we are doing the joins. Because without saying, it might bring up an error of the unknown column type of water source because it doesn't know where to pick it. But we can try running to see whether we'll get it.
Okay, let me just
You
try.
get what I mean?
Yeah, to label these other ones. These three. Let me just try and run. We see. It's working. But let's
But you
confirm.
see now, 23? Okay, 25,398. Okay.
Yeah. Those are the number of rows we were to get.
Yeah, that's what. Yes.
Okay, maybe we can try and include the Nini we see.
Okay.
Let me see.
We see whether we'll get different results.
Yeah, this is from water source. Still water source. This is from visits.
Visits.
When I'm on call with scammers and I have access to the system, their names and location isn't all that I have. Sometimes they even connect their phones, which means lots of info for me. And scammers and hackers want to.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Same results. Okay. Okay, fine.
So then you get great. Our security partner RDO can help protect you from these scam texts and emails. They have SMS filtering and email security.
So we are here.
So step one, wells. Let's start with wells. Depending on whether they are chemically contaminated or biologically contaminated, we'll decide on the interventions. use some control flow logic to create install UV filter or install RO filter values in the improvement column where the results of the pollution tests were contaminated. Biological and contaminated, chemical respectively. Think about the data you will need and which table to find it in. Use else null for the final alternative. If you did it right, there should be install RO filter and install UV and RO filter values in the improvements column now, and lots of null values.
Okay, so I think first.
Should we use case or if? We use case according to what they have said in the what is it called, in the flow diagram they have written case.
Yeah.
That's the option.
So we start with so how do we go about this?
So we say case when case when, let me just try to open that flow chart. Where is it? So we were talking about the type of contamination. So contamination was under, for the well pollution, it was under what? Here it's under results. When we go to the well pollution table, the columns, what do we have there? The columns?
This. So
the results.
What is the chart saying? Well pollution, the result should be
so
not clean.
Yeah, we already removed that not clean. Now we are in the part for case. So if it's chemical, then we install RO filter. So
I think
when
here.
Yeah, they're saying if it's chemical, install RO filter. What's this? So that means when we say well pollution dot results, when well pollution dot results equals contaminated biological, then install RO filter.
Biological. Then
install RO filter.
That's one to threaten you, because what we do is we get on their systems and expose them. You don't write what they do.
Yeah. Then we do again case when. So the next line is case when.
Oh my. You've exposed so many of them. Connections to scammers right now.
So the other one is wait. The first one is the first one when we are installing RO filter is chemical,
or not biological.
not biological.
Okay.
It's contaminated chemical. Sorry.
Chemical.
Yes.
Then this
And the
one.
other one is contaminated biological.
Would you give me 45 seconds on your index, Dr.?
I give my cue for 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds then? Okay, so if I...
So when it's contaminated, that one is install UV and RO filter.
What have you done?
You've been on my computers all day. You said you're a hacker. So, like, let me try for 45 seconds. You said that I can't do anything.
Like that.
You're doing that?
Yeah. So and then we need now to have an else.
Else.
The else has now. Yeah.
So this is okay.
I'm hoping we have written it correctly. I don't know. We are getting an error. The null, I think, needs to be in
Sorry,
so that it's not nini. It's not bringing. Needs to be in quotes so that it can interpret it as.
a straight. But we are missing something.
Yeah, I think we are missing something.
When we write a case statement, we are supposed to give it an alias because it's creating a separate column.
Oh yeah. Oh, case when then when we get the response, we call it as.
I think we can write the as for the entire case, right? Since we are going to have a separate column that is going to carry the action they are supposed to take when they find the results in the case.
Where they are going to store the results.
Yes, it's not going to be a results table. We already have the results table. Now the action they should take in order to fix it, right, should be in a separate column.
Can I give you a location?
Just a second. That means for the actions, or both actions for these case actions, whatever we are getting, we need to have a column for them, right?
Yes. So what I'm saying,
put null in quotes and then you'll write end. Just a minute, Leroy. Then write end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is what you mean.
Yes.
To go straight to you though.
This is what you mean, right?
yes, that's
Yeah.
So is this
we have
going
somewhere
to
to
be in
store the
quotes?
results?
This is still in quotes. This null.
What?
This null is in quotes.
I don't think it has to be in quotes.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be in quotes. I think what we were missing is putting the end, like we were not completing the whole. Yeah.
Okay. So we can run this and see if anything changes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's telling us from the slide. It's saying if you did it right, there should be install RO filter and install UV and RO filter values in the improvement column now, and lots of null values.
Yeah. So we have install RO where the chemical is, and where biological is, we have both UV and RO, and we have the column for improvements.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. I think it looked complex at the beginning, but when we follow through, it's starting to make sense.
Yeah. So is it 25 still? 25? Yeah, 25, 398. Okay. So we can continue.
Step 2, rivers. Now for the rivers, we upgrade those.
Sorry.
So step 2, rivers. Now for the rivers, we upgrade those by drilling new wells nearby. Add a drill well to the improvements column for all river sources. Check your records to make sure you see drill well for river sources.
Okay. So we are at rivers. So we can just take this and improve from this.
Yeah.
Just remove this comment. So I'm guessing we're continuing from here. Should I go back?
We were creating the improvements based on contamination. Now, when we come to source, will we say or? Source is equals to river, or we'll say and. We'll say, so if it's any of those and source is equals to river, we say drill well. Because it also goes under that improvements column that is under our case statement. Or we'll again say case when the type of source is river, then drill well.
Please, can we see the slides again?
I think we just continue with one because we are building up on the improvements column.
It's just that, yeah, I understand. It's just that, like, this is a different, what is it called? Like a parameter. Because you see, we were building based on the pollution type. Now we have gone back to source. So there's probably a source that was chemical. Now it's going to change maybe. I don't know. Like maybe it had a pollution of chemical, but the source was river. So maybe it said install a filter. Now it's going to change to drill well. Right?
I'm not getting what you're saying. What I'm understanding is from the different types of water sources that we have and the different problems each water sources have their different solutions. So the table we are trying to retrieve. So when we find when SQL finds it's a well, then it should if it's contaminated, biological or chemical, and then also when it comes to rivers, now there's a different solution. So when it comes to rivers, now it should add. We are supposed to drill wells.
It's okay.
In that column.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we say type of water source equals to river, then drill well.
Yeah. Leroy, is it clear? Did you want to see? You wanted to see the slides?
Well, I think you are correct on that point you made from what is on the slide. So I think those null, where some of those null values are, will now be filled with the data from these results now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't seen that wells are the ones contaminated either biologically or chemically. So the first one now. Because I was like, then it is going to do what? Like cancel out the first effect, but then I've gotten it. Wells are the ones that have that contamination. Okay.
Yeah. So this
Water
is
source dot type of water source equals to river.
Then
Then
drill well.
drill well. Yeah.
What's a verb?
One side has double quotes, the other one has one quote. Okay. Corrected.
So I think this is okay.
Yeah.
Then else null and as improvement. So it's still going here. Okay.
Yeah. In yep, where there was river, it has written drill well. Awesome. Also, we are filling the improvements column step by step.
Yeah, step by step.
Okay.
And we still have the 25,398 rows.
Okay. Because we haven't really made changes to remove anything.
Okay. So you can continue to read.
Step 3, shared tabs. Next up, shared tabs. We need to install one tab near each shared tab for every 30 minutes of queue time. This is my logic. Okay, a command has been given. I am using a flow here because I want to round the calculation down. Say the queue time is 45 minutes. The result of 45 over 30 equals to 1.5, which could round up to 2. We only want to install a second tab if the queue is 60 minutes. Using flow will round down everything below 59 to 1 extra tab. And if the queue is 60 minutes, we will install 2 tabs and so on. Use this code and fill in the blanks to update the improvement column for shared tabs with long queue time. Check to make sure you are getting installed X tabs using the improvement column.
So has everyone understood this part, especially this bit? Before we go running the queries.
Yeah.
Did I copy?
Excuse Eve. No, it's Lauren.
Yes.
Could you please explain that part kindly?
Let me just go back. So I think maybe someone who has understood this bit to explain to us.
I think the idea is
Maybe I can
if
assist.
you go to the okay, go ahead.
What they want us to do
Go ahead. We've lost her.
Okay, while we wait for her to come back, the idea was if you were to go back to the flow chart, we are continuing, of course, with the case statement where we are giving different solutions for different either water sources or contaminations. So in this situation where it's a shared tab, the improvement is to install an X amount of tabs. But when we were reading through the what is it called, the slides, there was somewhere where they told us that if based on the time in queue for that tap, then we'll divide by 30, and whatever we get as a result, that will determine the number of taps that we will put up. So in this case, we are saying that say the queue time is 45 minutes, then if you divide that by 30, of course you get 1.5. You remember we had floor function and then we had the round function. So if you round it, of course, generally when you round off, it will go like if it's more than 5 after the decimal, then it gives you 2. But now, because we are using the floor function, there's usually the floor function and the ceiling function. So for the ceiling, it gives you the next biggest whole number. For the floor, it gives you the previous, like the lower whole number. So in this case, we will install 1 tap. That's why we are including the floor function. So if it's more than, so it says 60, that means if you do 60 over 30, you get 2 taps. So if it's 59, that means you're getting only 1 tap, because floor function will again round off to back to 1. I hope that is correct. You have understood.
Is it clear?
Vina, is it clear?
Yes. Thank you.
So, okay. So this is for what again? Shared tabs. Okay, so we are adding another when. If I just copy this, let me just go and copy this. So we can fill in here.
So water source dot type of water source you can copy from above there. Oh, you've already written it. Do you need to put water source? Yes, before the type of water source. So it's shared tab.
Shared, how is it written?
Just as you're writing, shared space tab.
Is it? Okay.
It's actually there in the same nini you're in, down there. Shared underscore tab.
Underscore tab.
And now we need to put the nini for calculating. And what and time in queue.
Yeah.
What?
It's time in queue. Visits. Then install floor. What you just explained, that it will round off to the lower whole number, right?
So we need to say and tell me, because you see it's supposed to bring the time in queue so that then we can come here and then it will flow
it's
what time in queue over 30.
Yeah.
Hapo kwa flow it should be time in queue over 30.
Yeah.
But then hapo kwa and what are we writing in the and? Because we are saying
time in queue.
Shared tabs. We need to install 1 tab near each shared tab for every 30 minutes of queue time. So when type of water source and
it's checking.
What are we saying? Time in queue what?
Time in queue is greater.
What is it checking and that is greater than? 30.
It's greater than 30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Thank you. That is what I was trying to figure out. 30.
Just greater than. Should we add equal? Or it's
Yeah.
just greater?
Greater than 30.
Just greater than 30.
Wait,
For every 30 minutes of queue time.
why am I
Is it
getting an
greater
error?
than or equal? Should be greater than or equal. Greater than or equal to. Then now we need to figure out where we are getting a problem.
Why still?
Your brackets maybe.
Yeah, that's what should I put a bracket here? Still.
No, not really. Therefore, time in queue, you have not written anything after time in
No, 30.
greater than or equals to 30.
30.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So this is okay?
I think so.
All right, let's run it and see. So install, so it has concatenated, what? That word.
Yeah, concatenated.
Yeah. So we can see install 2 tabs, so it has done the calculations. Install 8 tabs. Install 5 tabs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, step 4 in home tabs. Lastly, let's look at in home tabs, specifically broken ones. These tabs indicate broken infrastructure, so these need to be inspected by our engineers. Add a case statement to our query updating broken tabs to diagnose local infrastructure. So our final query should now return 25,398 rows of data with rivers, various wells, shared tabs, and broken tabs flagged for improvement, and importantly, no null values.
Okay. So basically, the improvement for in-home tabs is diagnose
Tappings.
local
Infrastructure.
infrastructure. Okay. So
Tap in home broken. In home taps broken.
this is this broken?
Yeah, generally broken. Yes, that's what I have said.
Yeah.
But I think the in-home taps are literally broken because here we are trying to look for solutions.
So
I'm hoping, according to our results, those are the only ones with null values because we are trying to get rid of all the null values. So I'm hoping it's just the tap in home broken. Okay.
So let me copy this because we are adding on to this. Then we add another clause. When
Water source dot type of water source. You can just copy from the one before.
okay. Type of water source is equal to, how is that, how have we written it?
Under here, in that table under there, it shows you tap underscore in underscore home underscore broken.
Then
you need to put that in quotes. Yeah.
Then
Then diagnose local infrastructure.
this one. Like that.
Yep.
So we should not have null values here. We have filled it up. Is there a shortcut to check?
Yeah, you can just check where, like, we could check like where improvement equals null, like commercial. Then we'll see whether it will return anything under the where statement.
I add here. Or
It says and result is equals to clean, then you can say and. I think we can have more than one and, yes, after the and here. And improvements
equal
now.
null. Let's see. They should bring empty.
Yeah.
And there's an error.
Got an error?
Mm.
Oh, they're saying unknown column because it's not knowing where the improvement is coming from. Because you see, we are doing a view and it's a new column we have created. So I think it becomes difficult for us to. I think just the way we have searched for it is fine. So we don't think we have any null values.
Sorry, are we trying to check if we have null values?
Yeah, on this column.
But then we realized we are using a view, so referencing to that became difficult. Or do we have a name for that table? Really, no. It's just a view.
Well, even if it's a view, we can columns now.
What will you call it? What table name will we use? What dot improvement?
What we'll do is use the name of the view.
Then we say that, like, the name of the view dot improvement.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's the name of the view? Did we call it? We had a name. We called it.
Did we have a view?
I don't think
in this one.
But
isn't this a view? The one we are saying about improvement.
It's not.
No.
It's not a view.
Oh, we just started.
The column we added in this case.
Okay, what's the name of the table then?
The
Project
name of
progress. No, we haven't added anything to project progress.
We haven't created it yet. We are just trying to retrieve the information. Then now I think at the end we'll now put this information in this
that table.
Yeah.
Then I don't think we have a name of the table. I think that's our problem right now. Yeah, but even if you sort it like that, the way you've sorted it, we'll be able to see if there is an N anywhere, and I don't think so. It goes up to D.
Yeah.
You say in here, so we are fine. There's no null value.
Just write a where clause, and just say where improvement, is equal to null.
We've done that and it's bringing an error.
It's saying it can't recognize the improvement column because it doesn't know where it's picking it from. We don't have like a table name. This is just joins, but have we called it anything? No. It's not a table in our schema.
No, we don't need. I want to know exactly how we did it that we didn't get.
Let me ask, which slide are you on?
We are here tapping homes. We're just trying to check if we have no null values on the improvement column.
Like we have confirmed manually, we don't have them. We were just wondering if there's a code workaround because what we have written is not working.
Or if there is like null values on the improvement column.
Mm-hmm.
But there are no null values.
Is there a shorter way to look for?
Please, can we just look at your SQL table again?
Like the idea is, Wairimo, we are saying we have checked manually and they're not there, yes. We are just wondering if we were to add something on the where clause, whether we would be able to get any null values, like to be able to use the code workaround, but the code we have written was not working. That's how we have ended up checking just manually. So we were wondering if you guys have a solution to that.
Okay, can
Because we might have a lot of data in the future. Yes?
Can we add and after this visit count equals to 1 and improvement equals to null?
Like that?
Yes.
Error.
It's bringing an error because we have not set the table where we're getting the improvement column from.
I think we can try to create a view for that, and then in the view we can try to select all, then a filter where null is where improvement is null, if we want to check on that.
Question, if we create a view right now, will we still be able to use this data to feed into the project progress? It won't affect anything?
It won't.
Okay.
But if there's no null, there's no need to struggle a
There's
lot.
no null. We were just looking
Because
for a workaround.
Because we understand how to filter. We understand, all of us understand how to filter.
No, I think we should still create a view.
I think then let's not do it. I think now that we know how to do it, it's fine.
So, should we create the view or we just continue?
I think we should create a view.
We just continue. Oh, we create. Okay.
We create.
And I think I figured out why the improvements did not work, because we have joins on the table. If it was a single table that we've used case to generate that improvement, it would work. But because we have joins, then the views work better with joins from different tables. That's why.
Yes, because we are creating a whole new table and we have not called it anything. So I think, what he has said, that the view will help us get like another virtual table that we can query nulls from.
So we call it what? How can someone please guide me here? Create what?
Or I think you can create a CTE. You can create a CTE instead, because that one
We do
won't
a
be saved.
CTE.
Yes. Because that one won't be saved.
Fine, yeah. A temporary table. So width. So when it comes to CTE, we'll use width. Then we can just name it null checker or something like that. Just something to check nulls. Null checker as.
Yes.
And then we now put the code for the other one, a bracket. Then we put now the code we have there. The code we used in the previous one.
Is it?
Then we say select.
This is the code.
The bottom. Yeah, the bottom we say select.
Select.
And all.
I think that
where?
I think that select should be after the colon. Oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Select from. Do we need to write from? So what will you say? Also from the null checker or what? Yeah, we just call it
from the created CTE. So you define that
so
CTE.
checking nulls.
Yes.
Okay.
From checking
Nulls. Then you say where.
Well, improvement.
Improvement equals to now.
It's a problem.
We have a problem there under the select statement.
I don't think we should put the null in
I think
apostrophe. Yeah.
Also for the CTA, I think you should also put the colon there. You should put a colon.
Where the CT ends.
Yes, semicolon.
Okay.
Here.
Yes.
Still a problem.
Or maybe you've removed the second bracket. You should have
after typing Q.
Yes, should have
bracket then semicolon. No,
you can't have two semicolons.
I don't think it has to have a semicolon after the CT because you see we are referencing everything. We are saying with that as there's no semicolon there. I think let's look at the top and see how you have created that CT. You see, is checking now as that one. Select everything. From water source left join. Keep going. Everything looks okay. There, where we have put the select is where. If you hover it, it says that. Hover over it. Just hover, we see what it's saying. It's not valid for expecting all time analyze. What if we were to create a view? Let me see.
No, even with this, it's supposed to be correct.
Yeah, it should work.
Or
let me look at my old CTEs.
Okay, I think we should run the CTE first.
But it has an error.
No, you're not getting. Make the select check and make it a comment first. Make a comment first. Yes, then let's run the CTE. Still having an error.
You see, I don't think we can run a CTE just like that without selecting what we are needing to query from the CTE. Remove the second bracket It's supposed to be there.
It's supposed to be there.
Supposed to be there, of course. This bracket is for this. So this is for closing.
Okay. Okay, remove the
Bracket
N.
is closed.
The Nini needs things
the
to
and
select.
bracket.
Just remove it.
The and
Needs to
bracket.
keep going. I'm saying you remove the semicolon because ACT cannot end there. It needs to
The and bracket.
say what we are adding.
Add another bracket. A second bracket after this one that you have.
Yeah, the one that's
Because
already
it
there.
needs to, for the first one that you created when you're creating the CT, and this one is for the and. So it needs to.
Okay.
Yes.
Then uncomment, then we say uncomment.
Uncomment.
Because ACT needs to have what selected. Perfect. It was just
That's why I said the and doesn't have a bracket. Exactly.
You cannot run ACT without the bottom select one. It won't bring anything.
So this is okay.
Telling you that, yes, 0 rows.
Yeah.
Yes. And there is no null value. Thank you. Because I was wondering where the error was. We have written the CT code correctly. It was not making sense.
Okay. Step 6.
Step 6, add the data to the project progress. Now that we have the data we want to provide to engineers, populate the project progress table with the results of our query. Here, make sure the columns in the query line up with the columns in the project progress. If you make any mistakes, just use drop table project progress and run your query again. There we go, all done. Now we send off our summary report to press. Now ready with our main findings, so they can to President Naledi with our main findings, so they can start organizing the teams. We'll also explain the project progress table and how things will help us track our progress.
Okay. So we are supposed to insert this information into the project progress table. So how do we go about this?
So we are going to use an insert.
Yeah, but now
the table is already created.
Yes, we created it.
You wanted us to alias and just have a table. Our project progress has which columns? This one has location, ID, source ID, address, ground, source type improvement, source data steps, and comments. So we'll use the word the updates, or we'll use what? Insert into.
Insert into.
Joanne, you are saying we concat what?
Does the table created has all the columns in the, like what is in this
Yes.
okay, then you should use, yes.
No, it doesn't have these three, but I think these three should be blank because now the people who are going to make the improvements are the ones who are supposed to fill.
To comment on that, the engineers.
Yeah. So ideally,
project
we're
ID?
supposed to have up to here.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
so
have
we're
the
supposed
project ID.
No, I don't know if we will create one.
Or does
Or we do
can
the
you
auto increment one where it just continues assigning. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we fill in the other
I
ones.
think so. Yeah. So ideally, we're supposed to we have the source ID. I think we have the address, town, province, then source type, and improvement. Do we have the address?
Yes, we do. It's the first thing. Location.address.
Okay. Yeah. We have the address. So we have the province, the town, the source ID.
Sorry.
And the source. Should we have the results?
Yeah.
for me, I think the easiest way is to drop an existing table and then feed it with the new information, unless we want to follow to the detail the slide. But the easiest way could just to do that.
To create a new table.
Yes, with the information above.
So we create a new table and then we give it the.
And then we set everything to the.
Or we set the first one to auto increment, then everything else fills in, and then the other ones are null.
Yes.
Makes sense.
But now in the definition of columns, we should omit now then those 3 columns which are unwanted.
They should be there.
They should be there.
We should just have them, maybe because we won't insert anything when we are creating.
Yeah.
They'll probably be null, or just empty.
Yeah. We just leave them empty, but they should be there. Because we are assuming that we are sending this to the President Naledi, so it should have those columns now for the people who are going to improve to feed into them.
Okay.
So then we'll say drop table if exists, then create table, we call it project progress, then we write the columns for project progress.
Okay. I was saying maybe we should just look at the slide to just follow the instructions so that we'll see that we have this set of tables and the columns and also have that extra 3 columns as well.
I think the whole thing ends there, like the next slide is the end, so we have to come up with a solution ourselves. The next slide is the end.
Okay. So they are actually expecting us to add this data to the project table we created, not to create a new table.
But you see, they have said, because they're saying if you make changes, stop it. But I think it works the same way.
Oh, by the I see here there's a drop table.
But we can do, I think the insert is the best.
Yes, exactly my point. And we can insert it into the new table.
So we'll say drop table if exists, we say project progress, then we say insert into project progress, then we we leave we need to create like the first key, maybe is it a primary key or something, the one that will give us the auto increment, and set it to an auto increment so that it gives us a project ID still. So I'm wondering if we are inserting, will we be able to create that?
I think we
That
should
auto
use.
increment column. We should. Joan, please speak.
I'm sorry. I think let's first start with the insert into project progress. Actually, the other gentleman just spoke my thoughts exactly. Let's. How do I place this? Insert into project progress.
So I do away with this drop table.
Drop table. Let's try first insert, then we can drop the table.
I think because the insert, you'll have to add in the values inside it. Like I think here we should use the update. We should use the update, then a set, then because we have the values already, then we should now set it to the codes that we have, the queries, so that it will feed in automatically with all the information we have. But now when you use now the insert, it means that you'll have to define the columns and then also the values for those columns.
So when we are doing the update, we'll say the table name that we want to update. Then we say, now we set which column is equals to which column. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Which column in this one is equals to which column in the other one. Yeah. I think we can use update.
So update project
Now you
progress.
say progress, yeah. Then you say set. So like in this case,
don't you have to specify the database, or if it's selected, there's no issue?
I think it's already, we have already been using that database. We don't need to, because it's already highlighted.
Okay.
But we'll see if it gives us an error, then we can go back.
All right.
So we'll say what we need to look at project progress columns, then we can pick them up and then just now go fill in, like just copy them.
So
are you able to copy all the columns for project progress?
No, I can't drag that. Yeah, here.
Just start with project ID. That one we will have to do what we will do. We will go back to it. Then just put a comma. We go to the next one. So source ID, it will be equal to.
Source
the
ID.
question is equals to source ID again.
We have a source ID. Is this right?
That project ID, we will need to set it to auto increment something. So that one will bring us an error.
We'll leave it for now.
We'll leave it for now.
Then address
equals to address still.
Yeah.
It's address with small letters too. This one has small letters. I don't know whether that affects.
It does not affect. And town. As town name.
Equals to town underscore name.
Then we have the province equals to
Province underscore name.
province.
I think they need commas after town name, yes. Then that one.
And source type to equal to
Type of water source.
Then we have improvement to be equal to improvement. Then we have source status. What have I done? What just happened? Oh. So source status is what? It's just source status. This is null.
I think you just leave them. Maybe we see. We have to talk like we don't have it at all. Like we don't mention those ones that we don't have values for. Because if you can't leave them like that when you're setting, setting has to be equal to something.
Or null.
So I don't think they can be there unless maybe you're saying is equals to null then. But you see, we are trying to say this is equals to that column. So we are even testing out a theory here with working to column, because most of the time update is easier when you are just adding like one thing to the column. So I don't think those ones will be necessary here, the three of them. And maybe we can leave project ID for now and like we just remove it. We see whether this will work first of all. Yeah, let's see whether this will work.
So should I remove all this or?
No.
Am I including this?
I think it should be like, Shit.
And then we need also to define.
Nehemiah guide us on how to deal with those ones, like to use them, because they need to be there to be used to update.
Okay, so the thing here, you have to define where you want to feed this information from. So you should use from, and then you define this. Do you have the CTE or so you say from. I think we can create a CTE so that it may be easier. So that we may just specify from this CTE, the CTE that gave us the information about the results there at the bottom. Or we have, I think we created last time. You can just use that CTE so that it can populate information in that table. Or you create a view so that you can say from, then you specify the CTE or the view that is created. Do you understand?
Okay, that makes sense. But what is
you're supposed to say from.
Yes.
Then you say from where you're getting the data from. I think so everything else becomes in a bracket, whatever that whole other table. I think we should have created a CTE or a view with this one so that we can reference everything.
Or alternatively, we can say from.
Since this is a table, we can do a direct inserting tool. You understand? We
what is the name of the table, Leroy?
What did you say?
What is the name of the table? Like, how will we reference the table?
No, the new table that we have created that doesn't have any data in it but has columns, we would say we start into the new table, then we put in brackets the columns that you are putting for set here. We put in those columns. That's the columns in the new table that want to fill in with the columns of the existing table. Then we now say select the columns in the existing tables. In the same order, we arrange the columns we have put in the insert into table. Then we say from the existing table. You get what I'm saying? So it should be, please, can you just scroll up a bit to where you put, instead of update, it should be insert into.
Okay, don't change that. Maybe do a new one, please.
Just
leave that as it. We can copy it down there and then we do the insert down there.
You can comment it so that we can always come back to it.
So are we going to use this? Are we going to use the query that we've been working on?
All that, what we are going to do now is, all the things we've been working on is a table now. We have made it a table. Right.
Insert into?
Yes. The new table is the progress table, right?
Yeah.
So insert into progress table. Then you create the bracket. Then we put in the columns we want to fill in. There's the columns we want to fill in are not. There's
from the project progress.
Yes, the columns we want to fill. The ones we want to fill. That's source ID. No, we don't want to fill project ID. No. We don't want to fill project ID. What we want to fill is source ID, address, town, just like what all the columns we selected for the set.
And source type.
Then improvement.
Source type. Then we have improvements. Then we have. Do we do the source status? These three?
No, we are not filling those ones, so it will not be there. So after improvement, we close the bracket. Then we now go down and select the columns we want to use to fill these columns above, the names. So you can copy it from the set that you have been working on earlier. The same columns I want to use to fill it in the same order.
This one.
Source ID, yes, address for address. Let
me just pick it like this, then I edit.
So we just need to ensure that what is in select is the name in the original table, not the progress table. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like that.
Yes. Then we now say from the source table.
From?
Yes, from the name of the original table that we are doing this select from. That's the table we've been working on, the name of the table.
But we don't have a name for that table. It's just like something virtual we created to do the joins.
No, the entire thing we're working on, it doesn't have a name. The table doesn't have.
Or we can create a view.
But we can create a view on top before we can reference the view
If
here.
we can create a view on top so that it has a name, so that it has where it's referencing from.
So, where? Should I create it here? Somewhere here.
No, not there, not there. That is in the middle of another table. Oh, that one was for checking.
No, see
Oh,
we
okay, yeah, that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, we can create it
we
there.
had finished it, now we were checking for now.
Okay, we can create the view.
For now, all of this.
Yeah. So what will we call the view?
Let's just call it any funny name, just for the purpose of this thing.
Create view.
Call it compiled table.
Okay.
Stable.
Yeah, just call it that compiled table. As then now everything now goes into the view, so that we'll be creating the view and then a bracket at the end.
Like that. It's okay.
Yeah. So let's run that and see. So it has created the view. Then now we come and use that view compiled table at the bottom now. From compiled table.
Like that.
Then just cross, just semicolon. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that was easier. I hope it will work.
Let's run project progress again and see.
Should I refresh?
Just run it once more.
That's it. Works.
Yeah.
And it has already given the
Done the auto increment on its own.
Yes, to do that.
Yep,
we have
that was a very easy way of doing it.
yeah.
Well done, guys.
So let me just
Awesome.
should I
delete the update one? Just delete that. I think there is a workaround to that. It just will take so long. So I think the insert works way better.
Okay.
Awesome.
Alright, so now we have a table. So we can finish.
Yep.
Can we just comment on it so that, it's easier to get?
Where?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe you can add there using, you can add there is saying using the view compiled table, so that it's easier for someone to know where we got this data from.
And then creating view.
Yeah, compiled table.
Compiled
table to store all the changes we have made.
Okay.
Yeah, that way it's easier to know why we created that view, because it's nowhere in the slides. It's just a workaround.
Okay. All right. 。
So this is the same data we are going to visualize when we go to Power BI clearly.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, someone to read the final slides.
Finally, Namaza. Finally, thank you for sticking with me through this project. I know there were some tough times in this project, window function, joins, and corruption. I am so glad you struggled through it. The Academy does its best to show you how SQL works, but it's only when you start solving problems like this that you truly understand how to use this tool to answer data questions. I heard you are meeting up with our visualization expert soon, Dalila. She mentored me when I joined the team, so I am sure you will learn a lot from her. My friend Pula in Maji Ndogo, it means rain and significant blessings and prosperity. I hope we talk soon. Take care.
Okay, and we are done.